What's good, y'all? It's Icon here talking about the Flash, and we're I guess you can call it a part two or a continuation from the Mirror Saga. We'll just call it the Mirror Saga. So, the new Iris. This is the Valentine's episode of the Flash as well. So Barry and the new Iris, they go out on a romantic Valentine's dinner. And while they're there, Amulet, the villain who can control the metal, who has the metal glove, she busts in and she steals something from a gentleman who was at the restaurant that they were in. Barry tries to arrest her, and it doesn't work because she's just like, I know your secret, Flash. And then she's like, if you want me to tell the world, back off. So, and I forgot, like last year, last season, they asked Amulet for her help to help them take down another metahuman, and in the process of them asking for her help, she ended up finding out, like Barry's identity. And Iris even said, we were just like, we knew that her knowing your identity would come back to bite us in the ass, but, it is what it is. They had to do what they had to do. So she's just like, if you don't back off, she's like, if I see a red blur or a streak or you in that onesie running around the town, she's like, I'll tell everybody your secrets. And then, so now they're trying to figure out how to stop her without, Barry being the Flash. So then Iris, because the mirror version of Iris is different. I haven't figured out yet if it's Ava who is pretending to be Iris, or if that's just like an alternate evil reflection of her, where it's like, you look into a mirror, you see your reflection. If you go in, your reflection comes out and takes your place, and that person has like different personality traits, maybe stronger personality traits than the personality traits that you yourself originally have. So we haven't figured that out yet, but this Iris, she's a lot more tougher, she's more cunning, she's a little smarter, a lot braver. She goes into a bar, cracks a bottle over somebody's head, just to get information. Meanwhile, Barry's just like, who are you? And the two of them actually get into an argument over it, because he's just like, listen, he was like, you're doing a little too much. And she's like, why? Because I'm not the Flash, Barry, because I don't have powers. She's like, I have my own team. I'm a reporter, team citizen, bitch. And she's like, I don't need you to save me. She's like, I can do my own stuff. So, so the two of them, like, they're at odds then. So Iris ends up going to Amulet, because Amulet had the device that she stole was to transport a flower. Like, there's like a special flower that blooms like once every 25 years. And the flower, when you burn it, like when you compose it into like dust or whatever, the pheromones, or like when you breathe it in, it gives you the ability to read a person's mind. So Amulet was, she was trying to steal the flower. Goldface, the old villain from last season when Barry and Ralph did that underground mission, the guy who could control gold, Goldface, he steps in, and then, and then he tries to steal. He steps in and he tries to take the device, the transport device from Amulet as well. Come to find out, the two of them used to date. They broke up, but since they both knew about the flower and that time of year has come, they're both after the same score, so to speak. So, they end up getting into a fight over the device. Iris ends up getting the device, and she takes it back to Barry. She then, because her and Barry got into the argument, Iris then takes the device and goes to Amulet, and then she's just like, hey, we should team up together. And then Amulet's like, why would you want to team up with the villain? And then she's like, because she's like, my husband doesn't trust me, he doesn't see me for the new person that I am. And she's like, Iris is like, if I get my hands on that flower, I can read his mind, and then maybe like he and I can connect better. And she's like, oh, love is in the air, dear. And then, she's like, how can I say no to this? And then the two of them, they team up. Amulet and Iris team up together. They go to the place where the flower is. Goldface shows up, and then Amulet and Goldface get into another fight. The Flash shows up to pull Iris out of the fire, and then, he's just like, I got your back or whatever. And then while Goldface and Amulet are fighting, Iris comes up with an idea. She's just like, hey, Barry, destroy the flower. So Barry uses his electricity. He blows up the flower. The dust flies everywhere. Amulet and Goldface can read each other's mind. They find out that they actually still do love each other. And the two of them end up getting together. Which is kind of suck. I mean, it sucks because the lab that actually had the flower, they basically lost the flower. So, but the Flash, like, he got the bad guys, he scooped up all the criminals, so like all is well in that regard. So I guess like they did go to jail, but the flower was lost in the process. So at the end of the episode, Barry and Iris, they're back home, they're talking, and then she's just like, her whole thing was like, Barry, this is the new me, and then she was like, you got to accept the new me. So, he gives her a hug and a kiss, they're embracing each other. Iris looks into the mirror, and then she sees the original Iris banging on the glass, talking about Barry, like, she's not me, and she literally said, she's not me. So that's Iris's, like, evil mirror, like alternate duplicate. And I like this story. Like, I want to see where this story unfolds, because, when's Barry going to find out that's not actually his wife? Like, how's Iris get out of the mirror? And again, is that Ava disguised as Iris, or did Iris's mirror reflection just take on a life of its own? So, good thing about The Flash. Like I said, I love all the Candace Patton stuff, because she's showing a lot of different, a lot of range, a lot of versatility, versatility with her character. And, like I said, I'm definitely all for it. I want to see what happens. So now in the side story, Killer Frost basically helped Allegra, talk to some dude that she had a crush on. The two ended up her and the dude become friends, fine. Wells gets involved. Him and Killer Frost end up having conversations. They end up talking. Because Killer Frost tried to help Allegra, and it went south. She ended up talking to Wells, and Wells gave her some advice to give to Allegra. She gave Allegra the advice. The advice worked, and then Killer Frost says to Wells, she's just like, the advice that you gave me to tell her was almost very parent-like. And then he's like, what's that supposed to mean? And she's just like, well, if you ever want to talk, let me know. Because again, that's his daughter. Like Allegra's his daughter from a different Earth, so it's only a matter of time before that comes out. But the interesting thing here, because if you follow Batwoman, there's this thing, and even Supergirl, there's this thing happening on Supergirl and Batwoman where doppelgangers are popping up, like all over the multiverse. Like different doppelgangers are showing, like they say, when all the Earths fused together, certain doppelgangers, got sucked into it and ended up on Earth 1. Nash Wells looks at the front door of Jitters, and he sees what I think is the original Harrison Wells from season 1. Harrison Wells, who Earth 1 Harrison Wells, who died and never actually got a chance to be Harrison Wells because Eobard Thawne took over. So this is getting interesting, because I don't think that's Harry. Like, I don't think that's Earth 2 Wells. Like, I think that's Earth 1 Wells. And I don't know if because on Batwoman, Alice and Beth are both there, which is the same person. They're Kate's sister. Beth is Kate's sister from a different Earth. But the two of them are having this weird, like, mind-melting thing where because two doppelgangers are existing on one Earth, I think they're kind of being like fused together where they can see what each other's thinking, and and it might be happening here too. Like the Wells that we saw at the front door might be able to see what Nash Wells is thinking, and maybe the two of them are going to merge. So looking forward to that too. And if Earth 1 Wells comes back, the game will be changing as the Flash rolls on. So that was it. Like I said, very quick episode. Nothing crazy happened. Again, Iris is still trapped in the mirror. Barry doesn't. Barry thinks he's got his wife back, and like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this whole story plays out. Before we get to May. So thank you for tuning in for my Flash review. Check out my other reviews for DC. Leave a comment, like, and or subscribe. And until next time for the Flash, as always, I'm out this beer.